The USPSA is recruiting new range officers. Previously, training ROs was done at a local level. But with the creation of a new regional format, they're able to offer cost-effective, quality training across the country. We were invited to participate at the first regional academy held at the CMP's Talladega Marksmanship Park. The Talladega Marksmanship Park is a 500-acre shooting facility in Anniston, Alabama, just 2 miles away from the world-famous Super Speedway. Firearms education is a key component of this facility. It's the perfect venue for the National Range Officers Institute Regional Academy.
We have several levels of range officer. RO can also stand for range official. But we have range officer, which is the basic level, level 1, which is the seminar I'm teaching today. Chief range officer, which is a step up, and then range master is the final step.
ROs are the USPSA's match officials, present on each course of fire at every match, big or small. They are responsible for enforcing safe gun handling, running the timer, assessing penalties, and scoring targets for safe, fun, and fair practical shooting.
Even if you never intend to hold a timer or be a range officer at a match, that learning the rule book and coming to the seminar teaches you how to be a better competitor.
The USPSA's matches are some of the most dynamic competitions in the shooting sports. Because of training provided by NROI's instructors like Paul Hernandez, the match officials will be ready to support the shooters and maintain a flawless safety record.
We've got a stellar safety record when you consider the number of rounds fired every year and the type of sport that we're doing. There are extremely few injuries.
And Paul is happy to see the younger generation interested in becoming match officials.
You know, I'm in my mid-70s, so I'm not going to be able to do this at least for another 15 years. But so I need to start seeing younger guys come in, and I'm seeing a few.
The average age of an RO at last year's Nationals was around 65.
I can't handle a long running course anymore because I've tried chasing those 18-year-old guys, and they're done and unloaded and taking a nap by the time I get there.
With the USPSA growing in membership, more matches are being run at clubs around the country. As a result, the need for experienced range officers is growing. USPSA's president Mike Foley noticed the old format of club-hosted RO training wasn't keeping up with the growing demand. And the new format is working well.
Years past, to get a NROI range officer class, an affiliate club had to get enough participants to make it worth their while, schedule it, put the seminar on themselves. We would provide an instructor for a fee. NROI Academy allows us to train more range officers in a single weekend than we can by sending all of our instructors out to other locations. The attendance for these is normally 3 to 4 times what a general range officer class is. It also gives us the ability to teach multiple levels, including the CRO course and the endorsements for multi-gun and steel challenge.
If finished, unload and show clear.
This regional NROI Academy seems to be working well, and Mike hopes to see 4 or 5 events like this one each year, in addition to the RO training that continues to be available at the club level. But we're not done at the NROI Academy yet. Coming next, the students continue their training.
You are such a gamer.
I know, man.
Shooting USA is brought to you by Smith & Wesson and the new M&P 2.0 compact pistols with innovative features. The trigger, grip, frame, and finish. The M&P 2.0 compact.
Students spend the first day of the NROI Regional Academy navigating the electronic rule book, learning procedures, range commands, and the features of the timer. On day 2, it's time to apply those skills in a live fire scenario. The students have come ready to shoot, but before that can happen, there's work to be done. Before any shooting begins at the NROI Regional Academy, the range officers build a course of fire according to a provided stage plan.
Put that other stand over there and put it right here.
Setting up targets and staking them down, all part of building a consistent and repeatable course of fire. But there are pitfalls in this provided design that will teach the students a lesson.
What purpose is this serving? It's doing what?
Barrier.
It's a barrier.
Barricade to shoot around.
Can the shooter go down on their knees and shoot under it?
The solution in this case is to staple another no-shoot below, and the range master will need to approve it.
So let's go look at the targets down here and talk about them.
Paul has learned from experience to staple some target pasters on the back of the array for convenience. With that set, it's time for live fire.
We want to make sure they use correct range commands. We want to make sure that they know how to score targets correctly and that their positioning is such so that they're in a safe location as the shooting is going on and they can fully observe the shooter to make sure that they're doing safe actions.
Are you ready?
Some shooters have been given special assignments.
We want them to do various things where they can incur penalties so that the students get an opportunity to see that. Such things as extra shots, failure to reload, foot faults, not firing enough rounds, or firing too many rounds from one side and not enough from the other side.
The ROs in training will get to experience these scenarios so they can learn to make the calls with confidence.
Shooter ready?
Are you ready? Yep.
Stand by.
Now it's my turn to shoot. The others don't know that I've been directed to put 1 foot outside of the shooting area.
Time is 11:54.
11:54, and I had him foot faulting for 6 shots.
According to the rules, a foot fault penalty increases in severity if the shooter gains any competitive advantage. And the decision?
That's what you have to determine, whether he gained any significant advantage by stepping out of that box.
I feel that he did.
Oh!
We'll take a look at it.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Okay.
For that, my penalty would be 6 foot fault violations, 1 for each of the 6 shots taken. A shooter can disagree with a range officer's call, and that escalates the decision to the chief range officer.
I would have called it a little differently, personally. I didn't see it as significant.
So it's a 0. I'm arbing that.
If a resolution still cannot be determined, it's time to call the range master. Troy McManus brings up a valid point.
Our other question is, did you define the box as a box?
In the written stage briefing, there are no instructions that require the shooter to stay within the shooting area. Another flaw purposefully built into the stage design.
And it doesn't. It's specifically written that way. So once he steps out, he's not going to get any procedural. So John, being a savvy competitor, you hit him with 6, you hit him with 6. The RM comes over and says, no, I think it's 1. John says, I'm not getting any. And we're all like, why, John? And he says, well, I read the stage briefing and it doesn't say I have to shoot from within the shooting area, right? And it doesn't. So then we can't penalize him at all. Okay.
You are such a gamer.
I know, man.
God.
It's a valuable lesson on how match officials handle disagreements and penalties. Just one part of the NROI Academy experience. Well, we've done it. 100,000 subscribers and growing, and for that, we thank you. If you're interested in seeing full-length current Shooting USA shows, literally the morning after they debut on the network, there's a link in the video description below. A modest subscription price gets you access to over 50 hours of full-length current Shooting USA shows. If you're enjoying the YouTube content, please consider subscribing, leave a like, and a comment. It really helps with the algorithm.